Thank you, Coach. Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. 25-yard line.
Let's get this, get this. Check.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You got it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers out of the backfield. This is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Packers.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 99. Check 99.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Looking to throw. Trubisky on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Alert, 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 alert.
From the 29, Trubisky. Out left to Shaheen. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is Cohen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down Broadway. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
2nd and 11 at the 3-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Trubisky now down around his goal line. And this is going to be a safety as Trubisky gets swallowed up in the end zone. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Here's Rodgers to throw. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Green Bay.
Rodgers now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Check, cross.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Here's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
And a Packer first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Get 300. Under 10.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to work his way down to the 16. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Let's go, at their own 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Open man is Miller, he's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a 1st-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his 1st interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his 1st career interception. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, this, of course, the 100th season of NFL football, and 17 matchups with historical significance have been picked throughout the season. And this is the first of them, Bears and Packers, the NFL's oldest rivalry dating way back to 1921, with the Packers having the all-time edge 96, 94, and 6 ties. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they try the sweep to Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now it's Rodgers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. They find some open field here. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, let's go. We own them. We own them. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, 18. 51's the mic.
Now it's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, ball. I got you.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead into intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's third down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. And none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. On the return is Williams. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zadarius Smith able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Big stop, let's go.
Trubisky will throw. To the right side, complete to Miller. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Trubisky. Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Corey Legion.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Charles, you are the master of abstract facts. So who would you say is the best player ever drafted from Ashland University in Ohio?
How about the only one ever drafted from there? Adam Shaheen, the tight end. Went to the Chicago Bears. Began his college career, though, as a basketball player, Division II in the state of Pennsylvania.
Trubisky now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Davis. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go. Alert.
Now Trubisky to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
1st down, a run with Cohen. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cohen. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
You go tight. You got tight. Run right. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Again, it's Jones. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
You. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 37. Check 37.
Running right, Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 21.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! Jay Sternberger with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action. Trubisky completes it to Miller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
That's another Bears 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They try again with Cohen. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
It's 3rd and goal.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On second down, it's Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. This will be fielded at the 17. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bounds.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Throwing now is Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Trubisky. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 47-yard
line. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Switch up.
Trubisky to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Let's make these babies strong.
Here's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Lock in. Lock in.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zadarius Smith make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Come. You gonna get this, boys? Lock in. Lock in. You think you gonna get this? 51's a Mike. 51 smooth. Hey, watch the slant. 51's Mike. Mike 51. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Going deep this time for Miller. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Here's Williams to return. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Strip that ball.
What can Rodgers do now with his drive? Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Ha-ha Clinton-Dix making the safety blitz look easy. He zooms in for the sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on, no, come on, no.
On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Come on, 180.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Davis. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 16-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
9 yards. The tackle made by Kevin King. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime.
Always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball